Well, we got it. With quite a mess. Look on those power lines. That's what weights them down, breaks them down, and makes us without the power. What is going on, my fine YouTube feathered chicklets? Welcome to another portion of the show. Got the old harmony guitar up here on the chopping block today. I've been humidifying this thing. 64% humidity inside. Now that's not maintaining that by itself. That was with help. There's a big bowl in there. I'll show it to you, in fact. Well, it's not a big bowl, but it's... if I can get it out. There you go. See, I just dampened this cloth. It's really wet, very wet still yet. Put it down into a small bowl like this that you can squeeze together and get down in the sound hole. And cover the sound hole with something like this. This comes with the dampened humidifiers. But anything plastic that won't absorb the humidification will work. A plastic plate or a porcelain plate, anything that you can put over that hole. Anyways, that's not what this is about, though it's what I've been doing. We're working on this harmony guitar. The owner tells me it's a harmony back and sides. The top is made out of mahogany, made out of an old barn door. I told you all this before. And the neck is off of a K guitar. Okay? Now, I don't have it up to string tension anymore, but it was up to string tension. The neck looks almost perfectly straight. There's no truss rod in it. And I was going to shave the bridge to get the action down. That's the complaint. The action is way too high. I was going to shave the bridge like you've seen me do before to avoid doing a neck reset on it. And talked to the owner about it. The owner said he had already shaved that bridge, and I thought it looked like it had been shaved away some. It didn't look original. He did a really good job. I'll show it to you here. You can tell it's been sanded away by this drop off here on the wing and this drop off here on the wing where it comes back and contours over from the top of the bridge down to the wings. I can just see there that that's been sanded. The top of the thing right here is what I'm talking about. Been sanded away. Anyways, the owner said he sanded it that much to get the action as low as it was. And I didn't even measure it, but it was really, really high. I don't think I measured it. It was probably like 8/64, 9/64. It was way too high down here to play. Anyways, we talked. I told him, you know, that personally, I don't think I would put the money into a neck reset on this guitar, but that's exactly what he wants done to it. So I got steam and stuff rigged up here and set up. We're not going to get into that on this video. I might show it to you. But in this video, we're just going to take the strings off, take a few measurements. I've already got a bunch of them measurements that I've written down. I never noticed that fret binding being scarred up like that before. I never even noticed that. It's on both sides, as you can see there. Anyways, I'm going to today we're going to take the strings off of it. I'm going to check those and see what size they are and take them off, and we're going to heat this fretboard extension and take that loose. Might pull a fret today and drill a couple holes here and get ready to steam. The thing appears to have a dovetail joint. I can see the neck block up in there, so it looks like it's a dovetail joint as near as I can tell from the inspections that I have done on it so far. So you know, if it was a mortise tenon joint, it probably would have a bolt in there somewhere, and I'm not seeing that. But when we get strings off, get inside, look around, and I'll bring you along for the ride. And we get this fretboard extension loosened up at least today and get started. Let's get started. Hold on. Let me show you some of the bracing inside here. You can tell all these braces are handmade. There you can see part of the X brace there going off at an angle. And there you can see some of the X brace work right there. But look at those voicing bars. They've even scallop them out. I mean, you know, it's kind of a rough job, but it's a good job. I mean, whoever did it. Let me move the mirror. Hold on. There you can see a better shot of the X-bracing. I don't know what that piece of wood there right behind the sound hole is. I've never seen anyone do that before. Extra security, I guess. Bridge plate looks good. But yeah, those you can see those braces back in there, how they've tapered them off on the ends, and they're kind of rough cut, but you know, they're okay. They look good. They've been holding, evidently. I mean, the top does have some belly to it, but it's not that much. Anyways, I wanted to show you that, and we're going to heat this up here now. I got to pull number 15 fret. I'm not going to do that yet. I just want to get the fingerboard loose and unglued from the top. And by the way, here's the steam machine. This is high-tech steam right here, baby. Comes out, I got this water in here, okay? Heat the water up, boil it. It builds up pressure. This thing leaks a little bit. I have a problem with that, but it works. I mean, and I hook this hose up to the end of it. Here's the end of the hose. And you can see we got to drill a hole. We got to take the 15th fret out, drill a hole here and one here, and then inject this pin down into that hole and inject steam into that dove joint neck joint here. Okay, and we're going to go, there's a pocket in there, and we're going to try to hit that pocket. Should hit it dead on, you know, but there again, this being a homemade guitar, who knows, man. Normally you would remove one fret back from the body, which is the 14th normally. I think it's the 12th in this case because it's a short scale. So, but whatever number, it's one fret back from the body. So there's the body fret, and one fret back would be this one. Remove that, drill a hole here and one here. We'll come into it this way and this way with the steam. You know, like if I go in this hole, the other one's just to let the steam out. Anyways, there's the steam machine, so get all geared up for that. Hang around for it. If you're not subscribed, I would suggest you do so and learn about this high-tech steam. Oh man, you got to do what you got to do. Hold on, let me get set up to heat this fretboard extension. Let's get that thing loose. So here we are, laying the heat to this puppy. Yeah, that's not a very accurate reading there, but I'm going to get that up to about 200, 250 degrees. It's 150 right now. Got to get a little bit hotter than that, through and through. So we'll give that a few minutes. This is just a little heat monitoring device to see how hot you are. How hot are you? You are 71.7 degrees Fahrenheit. That's your temperature. Check it again. 72.8, went up a degree. You might have a fever. I'm going to watch this very closely. Oh yeah, man. It's getting good and warm now. You don't want the body to get warm. We don't want any of this heating up, and it's not. We just want to apply heat to this fretboard extension. Like I say, about the iron's about 200 degrees or so. 200, 250 degrees. In fact, I'll just check it right now. It's only 190 is what it's showing. That should be hot enough. Now, from the looks of this guitar, looking down in the side around the neck block, it looks like white glue to me. It looks like either carpenter's glue or tight bond or some kind of wood glue. It doesn't look like epoxy or you know, anything funky like that. Hopefully it's not, and we won't run into that problem. Hopefully it's some kind of glue that will react well to heat. So that's been on there quite a while. Let's try that and see what we are here. We're at 150 degrees, thereabouts. And I'm just going to start back here. Oh shit, it's done let loose, man. Check that out. For the most part, and it's holding up here at the top a little bit, right in there. Oh, wow, check it out. Man, it wasn't even glued down here at the end. But it is definitely hanging on up here. Yeah, I can see already we're going to need more heat on that. This big wad knife. Yeah, it goes in there, but it's still glued. Now we're free all the way across here. See that? That's completely loose and free. We're still holding though up here at the near the end of it. That's very tight right there. Very much tight. Ah, come on, man. Okay. More heat. Let's flop this sucker back up to about where I had it. Maybe 182. Maybe a little bit hotter on that wouldn't hurt. Concentrate most of the heat right there in that area where we need it most. Anyways, I'll bring you back. I'm not going to bore you too much with this. It's very slow going. So I'm going to pause the camera and I'll bring you back as soon as I've made a little bit more headway with it. Hold on. Alright, it's been heating again. Let's see what we got now. 180, 180, 170. Well, let's try it and see. I did get some wedges stuck up under it there. That will help a great deal in getting this last little bit cut loose. Boy, I tell you what, she is glued, man, right there. Right there. You just want to get up under here. Yeah, that's doing some good. With this puppy loose all the way up to the end of the body. The body. And we want to do it without breaking the board. I've seen people do that before. I've been lucky. It's never happened to me, but you can pop the fretboard in two if you're not very, very careful here. You don't want anything like that going on. So now that's loose right up to that joint, man. Boy, she's tight right there, though. Let's work this side a little bit more. Yeah, there's what I'm talking about. Get a few more like that one there, and we'll be in business, man. I think I'm gonna have to heat that sucker again. You want to make sure this is completely loose before you ever go steaming the neck off of the thing. You know what I mean? And there goes the cardboard. It's loose all the way up, right at the very, very end right here. It's the only thing holding it so far right now. Yeah, okay, there we go. Well, I might have to get a longer knife yet. It's sure looking that way. Let me try this big one again. I don't want to go too far under there with it because it's a really wide knife. It's thick, you know what I mean? And you could very easily snap the board with the knife this thick. It's definitely catching right there. Right there at the body joint. That's where it's catching it. Yeah, I'm going to have to heat it again. So let's just do that. Put a little bit more heat on him. Try him one more time. And we're still in the camera. Yeah. It's still hot, but it's not hot enough, obviously. So anyways, I'm going to spare you the pain And I'll bring you back this time when I've made more headway. So there we go. Now we just got to wait. Well, I think we're loose, folks. We're up right up to the body here. You can see I can get the knife all the way in as far as it will go there. That looks pretty good. That's going into about right there. So if I come over on this side, should cover the entire thing. See, it goes all the way in. There might be a tiny little place there still holding it. But if it is, it's very small. I think we're free. I think the entire neck joint is free now. Oh, the thing's hot. I'll give it that. Yeah. Yeah, we're up to the joint here. There's right at the body. That's at the body. Yeah, we're good. Looks good. Go all the way in, right up to the body on that side. And you can see there, we're right at the body joint here on this side. So it's loose. Now, I'll let that cool down before I take these out, because if I take these out now and it cools down, the glue's going to set back up, right? So hold on, let's wait on that to cool off a little bit. It's pretty hot. In fact, we can check it here. And it's still about 180 degrees. 175, 185, 181. Starts getting cooler down here really quick. Let me shut that thing off. Yeah, it's coming down. 170. So we'll wait on it to cool off. Now I'll take this out and we will proceed. Hold on. Check out that dude's flag, man. It is shredded from the wind we've been getting. That was actually from last week's hurricane force winds. Killed that flag, but check out that snow, man. It is ripping down the snow, and that shit is starting to accumulate. It's piling up. It's sticking to everything. Check that out. Look how it's sticking to those branches. The thing is, it sticks on the power lines that way. Those are not power lines. Power lines here are way up there. But the snow sticking on the lines like that weights them down and breaks them, and that's a lot of the reason snowstorms causes big power outages. Heavy wet snows like this one. Oops, gotta go. Gotta take that call. Hold on. Yeah, this is a 12 fret body joint thing. So I'm actually working on the 13th fret here. Starting on the very end of it. There it came right out. It's probably still hot too. So there we go. Yeah, I'll have to find something to clean that out with. I don't even have anything remotely close to cleaning it out. That might work. And there's where we drill our holes, okay? Drill a hole about right there and about right here into that neck pocket. And that's where that steam pin I showed you will go in. Down into the neck pocket, we'll steam the joint. That's not going to happen on this video. That thing's still pretty warm. But at least we got this loose now. We got the fret out. We're ready to drill. Next video, I guess we'll drill that and then start steaming the neck off of this puppy. So hold on. Well, now I find these small tiny dikes that I was looked all over the place for. This has got those little old tiny, they look like they're brass frets. I'm sure they are. They're made out of brass. And I just pulled the fret out with these. And when I wanted to use these, but I couldn't find them. Yeah, that's the way it always goes. When you get finished and the job's done, then you trip and fall over the tool that you needed. Anyways, I wanted to show you that. I ground these off to make them almost flat here on the top part. And they're excellent for these tiny little brass frets like this. I can get right in on that corner, on either corner, Get right underneath the fret really easy. It didn't have a bit of chip out there, none whatsoever. But you know, it's good to these are good to get frets like that started with. And then of course these wider ones are better after you get it started, because you can come across, you know, slowly a little at a time, and because they're wider you don't get any chip out there. But it's out and it's all good, and I got to find a drill bit now for that size. What is that? 5/64, I'm thinking, or maybe smaller than that. I think it's smaller. I can't remember. I have to look and see. Hold on. Now this is cooled off enough now. I think I can safely remove these without it gluing itself back together. And the reason I don't want to leave those in there is because it will warp that. You can see how that thing sticks up. Probably I'm going to have to cut a shim to go under this fretboard extension, because it's sticking up right now, and by the time we lay that neck on back and make a bigger angle out of it, yeah, it's just not flat now. That's the only problem. I'll probably clamp that just to hold it down, keep it from bowing up. In fact, I'll do that right now, just to keep the thing from you know, from popping up, having a warp in it that we do not want. So yeah, I'll just do that. It doesn't have to have a lot of pressure on it there. That's plenty there, just enough to hold the thing down so it doesn't warp, you know, and come up too much. But I'm pretty sure, as much as we have to lay the neck angle back to get the right angle on it, we're probably going to have to cut a shim and go under here, under the fretboard extension, to make up for that. If we don't do that, we're going to have great fall away right here. Very much fall away at the end of the fretboard. There, it's perfectly flat right now, and that's the way it was in the beginning before we did anything. So we got the fretboard extension unglued. My little dikes here somewhere so I can lose them again. Got the fretboard extension unglued. Like I say, in the next video we'll drill a hole here and here, and we'll fire up this unique steam engine that I showed you already. You won't want to miss that. Stay tuned for that. That's high-tech steam right there, baby. It works, but that's about all I can say good for it. But we'll drill a hole in here, a couple holes, and hopefully hit that pocket perfectly. If this guitar is made like normal guitars are, I may have to take a knife and go around there and just score the finish enough so it doesn't break or crack the finish or chip it when we go weaving on that neck trying to work it out. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. It's going to get real interesting with this little guitar here. We're going to take the neck off of the thing. Resetting the neck. So next video we're going to take the neck off, I guess. Cheers. Oh yeah, the Blue Ridge guitar is up after this, okay? Now, I'm going to be held up on this guitar a while, and I'll tell you why. Because when I steam that neck off and get it off, and it's off in my hands, I cannot do another thing except clean the old glue off and let that dry out. We want the joint to completely dry out inside of here, because if I put the thing back together and that wood swelled like that from all that heat and humidification that it absorbed, and it will absorb a bunch of it, put it back together like that, and over time when that dries out, it's going to get loose. The wood's going to shrink, and all kind of funky stuff can happen. So, I'm just saying now up front, when we get the neck off of it, the thing goes in a corner somewhere, and it's going to set for at least a week, at least that long, just, you know, drying out. And once the joint dries out, you know, the part of the neck and the guitar both is completely dry, then we'll start refitting it and re-angling it. And we're going to make a nice playing guitar out of this thing in the end. During that drying out time, I'll probably work on the Blue Ridge since it's next. So don't be surprised if you see the Blue Ridge a lot sooner than you might have thought so. In fact, I'll probably finish it before I finish this guitar, because I'm going to have to wait a long time once we take the neck off of it. Cheers. Thanks for watching. I'm rambling. I'm going to quit it right now. Just going to quit. Stop it. Cheers to you. Woo!